On her wedding day, the groom was carried to the venue in his pajamas. Just moments earlier, he had been complaining bitterly about being forced into the marriage, yet the second he laid eyes on the bride, he fell head over heels in love with her at first sight. However, the bride looked at the man in front of her with intense anger and immediately demanded he kneel down to apologize. Refusing to comply, the groom stood his ground until the bride pulled out a stick and knocked him to the floor. Still seething, the groom threatened to divorce her, only for the bride to start beating him fiercely in front of everyone. Her arrogance stemmed from a shocking truth: she wasn't from this world at all. 1,000 years earlier, she had been an empress in ancient China. During a sacrificial ceremony with her emperor, an assassin had suddenly appeared and killed her. To her astonishment, her soul had transmigrated into the body of a woman in the modern era who had just been picked up from the countryside by her father. It turned out her family had a pre-arranged marriage with the richest man's family. Originally, her stepsister was supposed to marry the richest man's grandson. But when her stepmother learned the grandson was a notorious playboy who spent his days drinking with countless women, she schemed to make the bride take her stepsister's place. Unbeknownst to the stepmother, the bride's body was now inhabited by the ancient empress, who immediately saw through the lie. She demanded the stepmother give her the entire villa as a dowry. The stepmother was about to refuse when her husband stopped her. He still hoped to gain the richest family's support through the marriage. The next day, the bride arrived at the richest man's mansion in her wedding dress, only to find no one willing to open the door. Realizing they looked down on her for her rural background, she ordered her men to break down the gate. Fortunately, a servant rushed to open it upon hearing the commotion, but she still mocked the bride, saying she'd have to crawl in if she wanted to enter. Enraged, the bride slapped the servant hard and strode past her. But her sister-in-law stopped her at the entrance, explaining the groom hadn't woken up yet. Without hesitation, the bride ordered the groom to be carried out of bed. She declared his behavior violated the family's rules, and as his wife, she was obligated to punish him publicly. Terrified by her imposing aura, the groom scurried behind the richest man for protection. To everyone's surprise, the richest man admired the bride's boldness. He not only had the groom pinned to a chair but also handed the stick to the bride personally, telling her she could punish the unruly groom whenever he misbehaved in the future.